All right, so we're diving deep into fragrance chemistry today.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, and we've got all these RoleCatcher resources,
Mm-hmm.
career guides, interview guides,
Really cool stuff.
even AI tools. And
Yeah.
let's be honest, a job where you get to create scents,
Right?
that's got to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a dream job for a lot of people.
It really is. And our mission is to help you nail that interview
That's what we're here for.
using these resources.
Exactly.
So with the fragrance industry,
It's booming right now.
especially the natural and organic side of things.
Absolutely. It's a great time to be getting into this field.
Okay, so let's set the stage.
Okay.
What exactly does a fragrance chemist do?
Wow.
RoleCatcher gives us some insights into this.
It's not just mixing pretty smells.
Nah.
It's a blend of art and science.
Really?
You're formulating, you're analyzing, you're testing, you're troubleshooting, you're ensuring safety and compliance, especially with those natural ingredients.
All right.
And you're keeping your finger on the pulse of consumer trends.
So it sounds like you need a pretty diverse skill set
Absolutely.
to be a fragrance chemist.
And you need a strong chemistry foundation. That's key, of course. But critical thinking, problem solving, and good communication skills are just as vital.
I could see that.
Because you're collaborating with perfumers, you're collaborating with marketers, maybe even customers directly.
Okay, let's get down to interview prep.
Okay.
RoleCatcher has these killer sample questions, and we're going to break down how to approach these
Awesome.
like a pro.
All right.
First up, what inspired you to pursue a career in fragrance chemistry?
This is your chance to showcase your passion.
Yeah. What lit that spark for you?
Exactly. Was it a specific scent, a memory, a fascination with the science, the desire to create something unique?
I love that.
Think about what truly drew you in and let that enthusiasm shine through.
It's like your origin story.
Yeah, your fragrance origin story.
Now, how about this one? Can you explain your understanding of fragrance formulation and development?
This is where you demonstrate your knowledge.
Okay.
Concise overview of the process from concept to final product.
Got it.
Mention specific techniques you're familiar with, even academic projects.
Yeah.
Don't just list steps. Showcase your understanding.
So show that you can walk the walk.
Right, walk the walk, not just talk the talk.
Okay, speaking of walking the walk,
Okay.
RoleCatcher asks this. Can you describe a time when you had to troubleshoot a fragrance issue?
Oh, that's a good one.
So pick a specific example.
Okay.
Maybe a batch that went wrong or a fragrance that didn't perform as expected.
Right, a real-world test.
How did you diagnose the problem?
Yeah, how did you approach it?
What steps did you take? What was the outcome?
What did you learn from that experience?
I think that last part is really key.
It is. It shows that you're reflective.
Exactly.
That you learn from your mistakes.
Okay, next question. How do you stay up to date on industry trends and new fragrance ingredients?
That's so important.
Especially in such a fast-moving field.
It is constantly evolving.
What are some of the ways people can stay on top of things?
So this is where you demonstrate you're a lifelong learner.
Mm-hmm.
Mention specific resources like industry publications, perfumer and flavorist, for example.
Yeah.
Conferences like the World Perfumery Congress.
Okay.
If you follow any leading perfumers on social media, mention that.
That's a good one.
Shows you're plugged in
Right.
to the industry's heartbeat.
I like that.
You're not just keeping up, you're actively seeking out new knowledge.
This next question seems to focus on a similar theme.
Okay.
How do you approach developing fragrances that are environmentally sustainable and socially responsible?
This highlights your awareness of ethical considerations, which are huge today.
Absolutely.
Think sustainable sourcing, minimizing waste, even understanding the cultural implications of certain scents. For example, you could mention your interest in working with upcycled ingredients or biodegradable packaging.
It's about showing you're not just creating amazing scents, but doing it in a way that's mindful of the bigger picture.
Exactly. You're demonstrating you're a responsible fragrance chemist, thinking beyond just the lab.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit.
All right.
RoleCatcher asks this. How do you balance creativity with commercial viability when developing fragrances?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
It sounds like a tough one.
The key is to show you understand both sides of the coin.
Okay.
You can talk about a project where you had to find that sweet spot between creating a unique fragrance and making sure it appealed to the target market. Maybe you had to tweak certain notes or the overall composition. The point is to demonstrate that you can be both creative and market savvy.
So it's about showing you can walk that tightrope
Yes,
between artistic vision and meeting consumer demand.
that's a great way to put it.
Speaking of navigating complexities,
Okay.
RoleCatcher has another interesting one.
What's that?
How do you manage multiple fragrance development projects simultaneously?
Oh, that's a good question.
This is where your organizational skills come in.
Time management is key.
In any job, but especially this one.
Absolutely.
Must be so important.
Yeah, you've got to be organized.
So how would you answer that one?
You want to highlight your ability to prioritize tasks, to meet deadlines, to juggle projects without dropping the ball.
Mm-hmm.
If you've used project management tools or methodologies, mention those.
Okay.
Give a specific example of a time when you successfully managed multiple projects and emphasize the positive outcome. It demonstrates your ability to thrive in a dynamic environment.
This all makes me wonder, how does one even begin a career in fragrance chemistry?
Right.
RoleCatcher's career guide mentions a few entry points.
Yeah. For recent grads, assisting senior chemists on formulations, conducting analyses, collaborating on projects are great ways to get your foot in the door.
So it's about building a strong foundation.
Exactly. That foundation is essential for progressing to more independent roles, like a junior fragrance chemist.
All right, let's talk about how RoleCatcher's AI can help tailor your answers for these specific roles.
Oh, this is cool.
It's like having a secret weapon.
It is.
You can input a job description into RoleCatcher's AI, and it analyzes the specific skills and keywords the employer is looking for.
Not just keywords, but also the underlying skills and competencies.
So it's like a personalized roadmap
Exactly.
for your interview prep.
You can then use those insights to tailor your answers to directly address the employer's priorities.
Let's say the job description emphasizes teamwork.
You can use that to choose examples that showcase your collaboration skills.
So RoleCatcher's AI helps you stand out by making sure your answers hit the bullseye.
Exactly. It helps you showcase your unique skills and experience in a way that resonates with the specific employer.
And the best part is it provides feedback on your practice answers.
Like having a personal coach.
Exactly.
The AI can assess your answers for clarity and relevance, even suggest improvements to your delivery.
That's incredible.
It helps you refine your responses and boost your confidence.
Wow, it sounds like RoleCatcher can make a real difference in your interview performance.
It absolutely can. The more you practice with it, the more prepared and confident you'll feel.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
From understanding the role of a fragrance chemist to tackling those tough interview questions.
It's been a good overview.
But before we move on to the next set of questions, let's take a quick step back and explore the bigger picture of a career as a fragrance chemist.
Sounds good to me.
Let's dive into the career path, the potential for growth,
Okay.
and the unique rewards of working in this fascinating field.
All right, let's do it.
So we'll get into all of that right after this.
Sounds great. So you want to create a career in the world of fragrance. RoleCatcher highlights a clear path for growth and development.
Okay, that's great to hear.
So what comes after that entry-level position?
Yeah, what's next?
Well, as you gain experience, you can move into more independent roles, such as a junior fragrance chemist.
Okay.
You'll start formulating and testing fragrances independently, analyzing ingredients, using various techniques, even collaborating with marketing teams
Oh, wow.
to understand customer needs and preferences.
That sounds like a great stepping stone
It is.
to even more responsibility.
Exactly. From there, you can progress to a senior fragrance chemist,
Okay.
leading fragrance formulation projects from concept to commercialization.
Wow.
Mentoring junior chemists and constantly innovating to improve existing formulations.
It sounds like a very dynamic and rewarding career path.
It certainly is. And speaking of rewards, let's not forget the unique perks of this job.
Okay.
Imagine working with incredible scents all day long, being surrounded by delicate florals, rich spices, everything in between.
Oh, yeah.
It's an olfactory paradise.
That does sound pretty amazing.
It's a sensory experience like no other.
To be able to create those sensory experiences for people must be incredibly fulfilling.
It really is. Now, let's get back to those interview questions.
Okay.
They often want to know about the industry as a whole.
Right.
RoleCatcher has one that asks, what are some of the biggest challenges facing the fragrance industry today?
That's a great question.
It shows you're thinking beyond just the day-to-day work.
Yeah. What are some of those challenges?
Well, one challenge you could discuss is the growing demand for natural and organic fragrances.
Okay.
Consumers are becoming more conscious of ingredients, so there's a push for sustainable and ethically sourced materials.
Makes sense.
But working with natural ingredients can be tricky.
In what way?
Well, formulating with them can be more complex. They can be more variable, less stable, sometimes more expensive than synthetic alternatives.
Right.
It's a balancing act between meeting consumer demand and ensuring the quality and performance of the fragrance.
It sounds like a constant evolution.
It is, and another challenge is the increasing regulation of fragrance ingredients.
Okay.
Allergen labeling restrictions on certain chemicals. Fragrance chemists need to stay informed and make sure formulations comply with safety standards.
It sounds like a lot to keep up with.
It is, you could also mention the challenge of creating fragrances that are both unique and appeal to a wide audience.
Right, because it's a competitive market.
It is.
Standing out must be crucial.
Absolutely. Finding that sweet spot between innovation and mass appeal is key. Pushing those creative boundaries while also considering consumer preferences and market trends.
Okay, so those challenges sound like they require a lot of teamwork.
They do.
RoleCatcher asks this. Describe a time when you had to work as part of a team to achieve a common goal. I bet they're looking for collaboration skills there.
You nailed it. This is your chance to demonstrate how well you work with others.
Okay, how do we do that?
Choose a specific example from your experience where teamwork was essential for success. Describe the team's goal, your role, the challenges you faced, and how you worked together to overcome them.
So it's about highlighting those communication and problem-solving skills
Exact.
in a team setting.
And don't forget to mention the outcome. Did you achieve your goal? What did you learn from the experience? Employers want to see that you're a team player who can contribute to shared objectives.
Okay, along similar lines, RoleCatcher asks this. Tell me about a time you faced a difficult situation at work. What did you do?
Oh, that's a classic interview question.
It is, and I imagine it's all about showing how you handle challenges.
This one assesses your resilience, critical thinking, and decision-making abilities.
Okay, so how do we approach this one?
Choose a specific example where you encountered an obstacle or a setback.
Like what?
Maybe a difficult client, a technical problem, a tight deadline. Describe the situation, the steps you took to address it, and the outcome.
So it's about showing that you can stay calm under pressure and find solutions.
Absolutely. Emphasize the actions you took, the skills you utilized, and the results you achieved.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to discuss what you learned, even if it wasn't a perfect resolution.
Yeah.
It shows self-awareness and a willingness to learn from your experiences.
Shifting gears again, RoleCatcher asks, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Ah, the classic 5-year question.
It seems like they want to understand your ambitions.
They do.
And how they align with their company.
Exactly. Be honest and realistic, but also show that you're driven and have a clear vision for your future.
Okay.
You don't need a specific job title, but a general idea of the skills you want to develop, responsibilities you'd like to take on, and areas you're passionate about within fragrance chemistry.
So it's about showing that you're thinking long-term.
Yeah.
And are invested in growing with the company.
You got to connect your aspirations to the company's values and goals.
Okay.
Show that you're not just looking for a job, but a place to build a fulfilling career.
Right.
Be prepared to discuss how you plan to achieve those goals. Do you have any personal development plans or specific areas you're hoping to gain experience in?
Mentioning those shows initiative.
It does.
And a proactive approach.
Absolutely. Now, what about those questions you can ask at the end of the interview?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
RoleCatcher reminds us that this is your chance to show genuine interest in the company and the role.
It's like turning the tables a little bit.
It is.
And getting a feel for whether the company is the right fit for you.
What are some good questions to ask?
Yeah, what would you suggest?
You could inquire about the company culture, team dynamics, opportunities for professional development, or specific projects you'd be working on.
Okay.
Showing that you've done your research is always a good idea.
Absolutely.
Asking about the company's commitment to sustainability or its approach to innovation in the fragrance industry demonstrates that you're thinking about the bigger picture.
Right.
Aligning your values with theirs.
So it's not just about getting the job.
No.
It's about finding the right fit.
It is a two-way street.
What about questions regarding salary or benefits?
It's best to focus on demonstrating your passion for the role and your fit within the company first.
So save those questions for later discussions.
Exactly.
Okay, we've discussed many insightful questions from RoleCatcher, but I'm curious, how can their AI help us personalize our answers and increase our chances of landing the job?
That's where the magic happens.
Okay, tell me more.
Remember how we talked about RoleCatcher's AI analyzing job descriptions? Well, it goes beyond just keywords. It identifies the underlying skills and competencies that are most important for the role.
So how can we use this information to our advantage?
You can tailor your answers to directly address the specific needs of the employer.
Give me an example.
Let's say the job description emphasizes teamwork and collaboration. You can use that information to choose examples from your experience that showcase your strong teamwork skills.
Okay.
Or if problem-solving abilities are highlighted, you can focus on a time when you successfully troubleshooted a fragrance issue or overcame a technical challenge.
So it's about strategically selecting examples
It is.
that align with the employer's priorities.
Exactly. It helps you present yourself as the ideal candidate.
It sounds like RoleCatcher's AI can help us do that.
It can, and remember, it also analyzes your practice answers and provides feedback on their effectiveness,
Yeah.
like clarity, conciseness, and relevance to the job requirements.
That's like having a personal interview coach at your fingertips.
It really is. The more you practice with RoleCatcher's AI, the more confident and prepared you'll feel going into the actual interview.
That makes sense.
It helps you shine and make a lasting impression on the interviewer.
Okay, we've covered a lot in this deep dive.
We have.
We've explored the role of a fragrance chemist, discussed key interview questions, and learned how RoleCatcher's AI can give us a competitive edge.
But before we wrap up,
Yeah.
let's not forget about the heart of it all, the magic of scent.
Yes, let's dive into that sensory world. So imagine walking into a lab and it's just filled with
It's heaven.
all those incredible scents,
It is.
those essential oils,
Yeah.
all the different aroma chemicals.
Must be an amazing sensory experience.
It truly is. And as a fragrance chemist, you get to explore those scents.
Yeah. Experiment with combinations, create something truly unique.
It's like being an artist, but with a palette of aromas.
Exactly.
Speaking of creativity, RoleCatcher has a question that really taps into that.
Okay.
If you could create a fragrance inspired by a specific place or experience, what would it be and why?
It's a sensory challenge.
It really is.
This question allows you to showcase your imagination and your understanding of how scent evokes emotions and memories.
Right.
Don't hold back. Be specific. Be descriptive.
So how would we approach this one?
Think about the key elements of that place or experience the sights, the sounds, the emotions. How would you translate those into a fragrance?
I think I would go for the scent of a campfire on a cool autumn night.
Ooh, that's nice.
That smoky, woodsy aroma combined with just a touch of crisp air.
You're making me feel nostalgic already.
It's pure nostalgia.
That's a great example. You've captured the essence of the experience and evoked a specific emotion.
So it's about telling a story through scent.
Exactly. And don't forget to explain your choices.
Right. Why those specific notes?
What message are you trying to convey through the fragrance?
Yeah.
This question lets you demonstrate your passion and your ability to connect sense to experiences.
Okay, last but not least,
Okay.
RoleCatcher asks this. What are your ultimate career goals in the fragrance industry?
This one's all about that long-term vision.
It is.
So this is your chance to showcase your ambition, your commitment.
Okay.
Maybe you dream of creating a groundbreaking fragrance that becomes a global sensation. Perhaps you're passionate about developing sustainable fragrance solutions.
Right.
Or envision yourself leading a team, mentoring future fragrance chemists.
So it's about having that drive to make a real impact.
Absolutely. Be specific. Paint a picture of where you see yourself in the future and what you hope to achieve.
Okay.
Connect your goals to the company's mission.
Right.
Show that you're not just thinking about your own success, but also about contributing to their growth and innovation.
So it's about showing that you're not just looking for a job,
Right.
but a place where you can truly thrive and make a difference.
Exactly. Remember, authenticity is key in any interview. Be yourself. Let your passion shine through and show the interviewer why you're the perfect person to bring their sense to life.
Don't forget about those amazing tools from RoleCatcher.
Yeah, they can really help.
Their AI can help you tailor your answers, practice your delivery, and really stand out from the crowd.
As you prepare, imagine the sense you want to create, the impact you want to have, and the legacy you want to leave in the world of fragrance.
I love that.
Let that vision guide you.
Yeah.
Go out there and make your mark.
Well, there you have it. We've explored the exciting world of fragrance chemistry,
We have
tackled those tough interview questions,
lots of good advice.
and even got some insider tips on using RoleCatcher's AI to boost our chances of success.
It's a great resource.
Remember, the power of scent is incredible, and you have the potential to create something truly special.
You do best of luck with your interview.
Yeah, good luck.
We're confident you'll do great.
And thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of fragrance chemistry.
It's been a pleasure.